残念本当に。 It's fun like if you're just touring riding down it, but if you're trying to ride hard getting a knee down, I wouldn't do it in this weather. It's not really that wet though. I'm kind of being picky, but when the danger factor is so high if you make a mistake or slip. What the hell was that bitch doing? Some girl just randomly like holding some kind of something up. Looks like an antenna or something. Mountains and their mountain weather. You know, I don't have a whole lot of interest in making a whole bunch of like YouTube videos and trying to go hard at the whole YouTube game. You know, I'm mainly doing these for my friends and family back home. They want to see where I ride and what it's like where I live and stuff in Japan. But it's funny when the videos of the other people that I do watch, especially if they're new and they're not well known, the amount of shit that just gets talked to them is hilarious. Like, I don't give a fuck. You could say whatever. It doesn't really bother me. But man, I'll be watching. I don't know who videos I was watching, but it was just like, you fucking suck as a rider, man. You are the worst rider ever. You should be doing this and this and this. And I actually don't mind the criticism. I want to learn, so I don't mind whatever tips that people say. But it's just like comment after comment, like, you suck, you're a fag, you suck, you can't ride. Oh wait, you're a fag again, you suck. I guess it's just something to do. People are bored. Learn how to ride. Maybe people don't got fucking 24 hours a day to learn how to ride. They ride like once a week, if that. I ride like once every 2 weeks. I'm lucky if I get 5 or 10,000 kilometers in a year. Damn butterfly. Actually, I would like to hear people's opinion on upgrades for this bike. And I mean, just in bikes in general, when you buy a new bike, I've been researching so much about, you know, settings and how like the factory settings are nowhere near ideal for when you buy a brand new bike. They're set up for either somebody else, or the gap of range of people between this weight and that weight or whatever. So suspension is what I'm after. That's the information that I'm after. So besides tires, suspension is where you wanna get the performance from, upgrade wise. I mean, it's like the second most important thing on a motorcycle. Having the right suspension, the settings dialed in to your weight, sag at the very least. So I've been reading a lot about suspension, trying to get something for this bike. There's a couple options. One reason that I'm glad I didn't get the SP is because that, what is it called? Marzocchi forks or whatever on the SP aren't that great. They're obviously better than these non-adjustable pieces of shit, but everyone complained they still feel harsh. And they couldn't get the settings dialed in how they wanted. This ain't a bad road, right? Certainly is fun, and I actually find myself enjoying it even more, just kind of cruising down it like this, not riding hard. It's pretty fun. Oh, that's another thing that I wanted to bring up, going back to people who just talk shit about the people's riding, and when they watch their video, it's the whole chicken strip thing. So I didn't know about it for a while, and then when I bought my bike, I started researching about tires, and then the topic came up, and so how it's supposed to depict how good of a rider you are if you don't have any. Weather's not looking too great, but so I was looking, at the profile of my tire on the Street Fighter, and that tire uses 190/55 size on the back, and that's a really wide tire, and on public roads, I couldn't get that fucking, I couldn't get that fucking thing leaned over to the point where it's at the edge of the tire. I mean, on the track, I'm sure it's a lot easier, and then if, of course, you're skilled, unlike me. There was about an inch left. But it kind of just, depicts how far you lean the bike over. And if you if you're leaning the bike over, going through the turn, you can lean the bike over all the way and not necessarily go that fast. It doesn't mean you're a fast, awesome professional rider, but I do think it does indicate that you know what you're doing. Because newbies, they'll have chicken strips, so it does indicate some amount of skill. But I think it all depends on the type of bike too, and the tire and the size and stuff. So the Hyper has a 180/50, I think. Oh wow, this feels good. And I'm getting close to the edge, not quite. I'm rubbing off the name of the tire. But most of where the scrubbing is happening it's not on where the name is, it's like right before it. As a new rider, learning in this last 2 years, some of the things that I you know, some of the big mistakes that I learned from was, like I said before, taking roads, like flying down roads that you haven't checked yet. That was one. I've had almost 2 crashes because of that reason, where they were just doing construction, or the traffic suddenly was just fucked around one turn. A next thing is, you know, right settings on your bike, checking your bike before you go out, tire pressure, stuff like that. And body position. I can't stress enough how when I first got my bike, and I come from a motocross background, so the body position is totally different from a street bike. Wow, I actually caught up to this guy. This guy left way before me. And how I was going into corners too fast in a straight fucking line, and my body position was totally wrong, and the bike wants to go, you know, wide, and then so actually, to sum it up really quickly, that movie Twist of the Wrist, where it talks about the survival reactions, those are the ones that you have to look out for. Those are the things that fucked me up, like focusing on a fixed position too much, and then you start to ride right into whatever you're looking at. That was a big one for me. Like, I would, you know, come around the corner, oh shit, I'm going wide, and I'd start to panic a little bit, and then I would focus on where I didn't want to go. That was a big one, so definitely watch out for that. And look, like that, looking where you want to go is so important. It makes such a huge difference when you're turning. This is the last rest stop. The end of the road is right here. It's beautiful. And so yeah, looking where you want to go is, oh my god, looking into the turn, like out farther past, instead of like looking straight in front of you. That is a big one. That fucked me up so many times. So definitely practice that. And for me, it's really still difficult even now, because my natural reaction is to look what's in front of me so I don't run over anything. So if I'm looking so far ahead in the road, you know, I'm not paying attention what I might run over. So you gotta play it to where you do kind of both at the same time, and looking into the turn, looking out, and really just wherever you look, the bike wants to go that way. So when you start going into a turn too wide and you start to freak out, clinch up that asshole and start looking away for where you're going, and ease on the brakes, and you'll that's another thing. If you go, my biggest problem probably was going into a turn too fast, too hot, and then I would brake to slow down, and then when you're turning and braking, that's actually really bad because the bike wants to go straight, so it's not really going to help you that much. It's going to push you out into the road, off the road. gotta do all your braking before the turn and then cut in, and then throttle is another survival reaction. Smooth on the throttle at all times. That wasn't smooth. See how I let off, and then you want to have like a constant flow. Or what the hell am I talking about? Like, I'm just a stupid new rider. I'm no professional. But I'm letting you know what I fucked up on, so you don't fuck up.